Let's talk Amazing Race U-turn strategy. My name is Justin. I was on season 27 of the Amazing Race, and nobody has studied the race like I have. I will tell you the best times to use the U-turn and how to properly use it, but let's go over what happened in this episode. So we are past the halfway point. There are 7 teams left on the Amazing Race. Alyssa and Josiah get to the U-turn board first. They are in first place. Nobody is directly behind them. When you're in first place, you can use the U-turn if you see someone directly behind you giving you the heat to possibly take first place from you. That's an acceptable reason to use the U-turn, but they chose not to use U-turn anyone. I get it. They're really nice. They didn't need it anyway, so I'm okay with that. Very surprised Jonathan and Anna didn't use the U-turn board. They got their second. They saw that Alyssa and Josiah didn't use it, so they were like, screw it, we're not going to use it either. That's fine. They're racing for first place. U-turning someone in second or third is not going to help them in any. Same thing goes for Brett and Mark. Check out Brett's hair. Classic. But they didn't choose to U-turn it. U-turning someone here is really not going to help. But let's get to the good part. Melinda and Erica are one of the weaker teams left because Mom is the oldest contestant left in the race, and she has to do all of the roadblocks coming up. So they're in trouble. I see that there is one team that they know for sure is behind them is Nick and Mike. So their plan is let's hurry up and get to the U-turn board and prevent ourselves from being in last place, which is the main reason you should use a U-turn, to prevent yourself from going home. Perfect. So they get to the board and they U-turn the boys. The pictures are actually reversed. They didn't do it right. But they said that Nick and Mike would have done the same to them, which is probably true if you didn't know that there was a team behind you. Or if you know your last 2 teams, the right thing to do is to U-turn the team right behind you to guarantee you're not going home. But Nick and Mike know that Han and Holden are right behind them. Eric and Melinda did not realize that, so Nick and Mike do the smart thing again. They U-turn the team that they know is right behind them to prevent themselves from going home. But it was the right strategy. It didn't turn out to work too well for them because they did not use the proper strategy on the detour, and they ended up going home because they spent 6 hours looking through a haystack. But Han and Holden were a little upset, but you can understand. Now, if any of those teams would have realized that Jack and Carson were actually behind all of them, then Jack and Carson probably would have gotten U-turned rather than Han and Holden. And Nick and Mike would have U-turned Jack and Carson and guaranteed themselves to move on to the next leg. But that didn't happen. So the three reasons to use the U-turn is to guarantee yourself to get first, to prevent yourself from being last, and the third way to use it is to knock out the strongest team in the race if you can. There you go.